all those students who are scoring less than 500 marks in the RE-NEET 2026 examination, and they have made their mind of taking a drop for one complete year. A frequently asked question from them, sir, which strategy are we supposed to follow? Are we supposed to follow the old strategy, which we have been following? Or is there something new which we have to follow from this particular year? In this particular video, which is going to be very short and precise, I'll let you know what kind of strategy, what are the things you are supposed to focus upon so that you can make this 1 year very effective when it comes to the NEET 2027 preparation. My dear students, you need to understand the subject wise difference in the paper pattern. If we talk about the old methodology, in the subject physics, right? Earlier, my dear students, earlier before NEET 2025, I would say, what used to be done? The students, they used to do the concepts only up to surface level. There was no deep understanding of the concept. The topics were discussed only about the surface level. Now, my dear students, after analyzing the NEET 2025 paper, after analyzing the NEET 2026 paper, the RE-NEET 2026 paper, you would have understood that the level of NEET is now more than that of JEE Mains, right? I would say it is 3 to 4 times more than that of your JEE Mains, my dear students. Lesser than JEE Advanced, but more than JEE Mains. Okay, that is something which you have to keep in mind first of all. So, only the surface level concept understanding won't work if you are planning to take a drop for one complete year. My dear students, there has to be the deep understanding of the concepts now. You have to understand the concepts in depth, my dear students. So wherever you are getting trained, make sure the concepts which you will be doing, right, they should be up to the mark. They should be of deep level. Surface level concept understanding won't work at all. Point number 1, which is very important when it comes to subject physics, even in chemistry, right? Earlier, my dear students, what students used to do? They used to do more easy questions and almost no tough questions. This used to be the percentage. Students used to do 70% easy questions from a concept, 30% moderate questions, right? They never used to touch the tough questions. Tough questions means the questions whose level used to be more than that of JEE Mains, but slightly lesser than that of JEE Advanced. Now, my dear students, again, that's not going to work. Whenever you practice questions from now onwards, you have to practice 25% of the easy questions. 50% questions which you are doing from the concept, they must be moderate. And 25% of the questions which you'll be doing, they must be of tough level. Tough level means 3 to 4 times more than that of JEE Mains and lesser than that of JEE Advanced. Okay, this is again the very important thing, my dear students, which is going to play a vital role in your preparation this particular year. Perfect. Earlier, what students used to do, they only used to focus on coaching modules. Whatever coaching modules you used to get, you used to focus on them. You just used to solve them. My dear students, the coaching modules which you have, they are not up to the mark now. Okay, the coaching modules are to be modified, right? And with coaching modules, what you have to do, you have to follow some standard books as well. Coaching modules you will follow because coaching modules will contain easy to moderate questions. But what about tough questions? Tough questions you will get from standard books. When it comes to physics, you will be solving H.C. Verma. You'll be solving D.C. Pandey as well, right? So other books, other standard books you have to solve if you really want to crack this examination in the year 2027. My dear students, similarly, I would say what students earlier used to do. Students earlier used to study for last few months. They used to study for last few months to crack this particular examination. But now, let me tell you very honest, earlier students used to study for 5-6 months and crack this examination. Now, if you are planning to do that, now if you are planning to study for 5-6 months and if you think you can crack it, the answer is a big no. It would need one complete year, my dear students, to crack this particular examination now. So completely the level of the examination has changed. Completely the method of preparation is going to change as well. Okay, completely, I would say the method of the preparation is going to change now. The complete methodology is going to change. Perfect. Now surface level concepts are not needed. Deep understanding of concepts. This has to be the type of the questions which you are supposed to solve, and standard books again you have to solve. And it's a good sign to study from the books, not from the coaching modules. It's a good sign, my dear students. That's how you are going to understand the deep understanding of the concepts. Perfect. Which used to happen before COVID time. Similarly, when it comes to chemistry, my dear students, again, your chemistry section used to be easy to moderate, but this year you saw it is tough, right? Again, in order to crack the chemistry paper, you have to develop the deep understanding of the concepts be it in physical, be it in organic, be it in inorganic. And if you would have realized one thing, there were questions wherein more than two concepts were required. There were questions wherein more than one concept was required in chemistry. So, my dear students, now, if you start preparing for chemistry, you have to jumble the questions. Jumble the questions means you have to particularly solve those questions wherein the more than one concepts are involved. For example, if you talk about the question from thermodynamics, right? In that question, equilibrium constant, delta G, right? More than one concept was involved. So, lot of questions were something like that. In your organic, questions were merged from different chapters. So, you have to have the deep understanding of the concepts now. Then only it's going to be possible for you guys to crack chemistry, my dear students, because you know the level has changed, right? The level has changed. So, basically, we have to prepare for the worst. We have to prepare for the worst. And for that, deep understanding of the concepts is very, very, very important when it comes to physical, organic, or even inorganic chemistry, right? Earlier in physical chemistry, we used to do only minor calculations. Now, in this paper which you saw, there were not minor calculations, there were major calculations involved, right? Cube root of decimals, square root of decimals, etc., etc. That calculation was involved. Now you have to practice more and more, then only you are going to be familiar with the major calculation part as well, right? In your inorganic chemistry, earlier it was a fact that people used to say that only cramming is required, right? Rectification is required in inorganic. But this year's paper, when you saw, it was the perfect paper based on the understanding level of a student when it comes to inorganic chemistry. So again, inorganic, you have to understand now, not remember. Okay. Earlier, more formula-based questions used to ask in the examination. Now, in this year, formulas you were supposed to use, but with the understanding of the concept. Not just formulas would have worked. No. Formula plus the deep understanding of that particular formula, then only you would be able to solve the questions in physical chemistry. Earlier, we use not to focus more on graphs. Graphical questions used to be very less, or simply questions from slope, etc., used to come. Now, my dear students, now you have to develop more graphical approach as well. More graphical approach has to be developed among yourselves, right? So basically, you have to prioritize your basic mathematics more. Then only it's going to be easy for you to solve the questions in the physical chemistry when it comes to the graphical approach. Perfect. Earlier, we used to say only NCERT is sufficient, right? Beyond NCERT, we are not going to go. But this year, you saw only NCERT is not sufficient, right? Only NCERT is not sufficient. Again, apart from your coaching modules, apart from your NCERT, you have to study some standard books as well. For example, I would recommend to go for N. Avasthi in physical chemistry, right? I would recommend that. Similarly, in your organic chemistry, I would highly recommend to go for MS Chauhan, right? The NEET version of it. So these are some standard books, my dear students, which you are supposed to follow apart from the coaching material. And based on this new method, based on the new methodology, based on the new method of preparation, what we are coming up with? We are coming up with a batch which is dedicated for NEET 2027 aspirants. We call this batch as the Phoenix 2.0 batch. My dear students, this year, we are going to start these 5 batches. These are 5 batches for NEET 2027 students. 5 batches by 5 different teams. For example, this is my batch with my team, which is in English language. This is my one more batch in English language with a different team. This is one more batch by Seep ma'am with her team. One more batch, Garima ma'am with her team, right? One more batch, your Asad sir, AKM sir with his team. Perfect. So, my dear students, in all these batches, which we are starting on Unacademy, right? In all these batches, we are going to do the new methodology of learning and teaching, right? By means of which there is not a single stone unturned, my dear students, when it comes to your NEET 2027 preparation. And at the same time, the most important thing, my dear students, if you are taking the Unacademy subscription, you are going to have the access to all these batches. It is not you just have to buy one batch. No, you just have to take the Plus subscription or Iconic subscription. You'll be having the access to all these batches, which we are starting on Unacademy from 30th of this particular month. The batches are already filled, right? It's jam-packed. Now, those students who have not enrolled yet, they can take the Plus subscription or Iconic subscription and be the part of these batches wherein we are going to follow the proper methodology, proper new methodology. Wherein, in every batch, I would say, the level up concepts will be taught, deep understanding of concepts will be done in all the subjects. Question patterns will be changed. Now we are going to focus more on hard questions, tough questions, moderate questions. Less focus on easy questions, right? Again, if you are going to be the part of these batches, if you are going to take the subscription, then my dear students, you are not supposed to buy any new book. whatever material we are going to provide you, that's going to be more than sufficient for you. Because that material will be modified, that study material will be modified, the questions in the study material will be modified, and the study material will contain more moderate to tough questions, perfect, which you will be solving. The DPPs which you are going to get in these batches, my dear students, they're again going to be level up. They're again going to be NEET advanced level. So be the part of the batch as soon as possible, because a lot of students have already enrolled, right? And the best part is, as I told you, you are getting the access to all these batches. So technically, you are getting the access to all these educators, my dear students. All these educators which you can see over here. Your chemistry panel, biology panel, physics panel, you are having the access to all their lectures, right? So definitely, I must say, you are getting trained by the top educators of the country. Daily 3 hours of doubt solving will be there. Perfect. You'll be having the access to all the batches as well as all the upcoming batches. So basically, in the month of January, February, we start crash courses also for NEET students. You'll be having the access to those crash course batches as well. That too free of cost, right? All the class will be live. By chance, if you're not able to join the live session, you can have the access to recordings as well. There is a special curated test series also that will be provided here. Not only the live classes, study material as well, similarly test series as well, right? And you'll be having the access to all live quizzes, perfect digital notes as well as study material, as I told you already, is provided. And after every 14 days, there'll be tests conducted in the batches. And apart from that, if you want to take a separate test series as well, then we have kept the option for that as well. The offline computer-based test, right? That is a separate thing which you can buy. Perfect. Now you must be thinking, what is the difference between Plus and Iconic subscription? Should I go for Plus subscription or Iconic subscription? The major difference is, in Plus subscription, you get study material in the form of PDF. Whereas in Iconic subscription, you get study material in the form of these booklets. These are some 23 booklets, updated booklets, right? Which you are going to get, perfect, if you are taking the Iconic subscription. And my dear students, if you are taking Iconic Pro subscription, there are 3 subscriptions: Iconic, Plus, Iconic, and Iconic Pro. If you are taking Iconic Pro subscription, then this separate test series will be free for you as well. If you are taking Iconic Pro subscription, you are going to have the access to this separate test series as well. Otherwise, if you are taking Plus subscription or Iconic subscription, you have to take this separate test series separately. You have to take this test series, CBT, separately. But if you are taking Iconic Pro, right, this test series is included in Iconic Pro subscription. Perfect. Now, how do we get enrolled into this? How do we take the Plus subscription? My dear students, there will be a link in the description box of the video. You just have to click on the link in the description box. After clicking on the link, my dear students, automatically you'll be directed to this particular page. Here you have got 2 options. Either to go for Plus subscription or Iconic subscription. Or if you want to take Iconic Pro subscription, there is one more link in the description. You have to click on that. Now, for example, my dear students, if you are taking the Plus subscription, if you want to take Plus subscription, right? All those students who are even right now in 12th and they are going to write the NEET examination for the first time, this is for them as well. This is for droppers as well. Perfect. So you just have to take the subscription for 12 months. Use the code Wassim if you want to be under my mentorship program. Click on continue. After clicking on continue, my dear students, here, if you want to take the separate test series, the CBT test series, you can take one. Perfect. One is online CBT, one is offline CBT. What is the difference? The number of tests in both the ones are same. But in offline CBT, you'll have to write the test in the nearest Unacademy center, right? In the nearest Unacademy center, you'll have to write the test in the offline CBT. In online CBT, it's the online proctored test basically. So you should have a laptop or a tab in front of you, but its audio video should be on so that AI will completely have a control over you. If you use a tab for calculation, if you use, you won't be able to do cheating basically when it comes to the proctored test. Proctored test, no doubt, you will have to write at home, but it'll be proper monitored by AI. You won't be able to do any sort of cheating here, right? In your offline mode, you have to go to the nearest Unacademy center, perfect, and write your computer-based test in the offline mode. Perfect. Now the choice is yours, which one you want to take separately. You just have to add here. That's it. But if you are taking the Iconic Pro subscription, it's already added. So click on continue. After clicking on continue, my dear students, you are going to have the access to all these batches right now at just 4699. Perfect. At 4699, you are having the access to all these batches. And this is not something which you have to pay monthly. No, it is the cost of the subscription for one complete year for 12 months. Here you just have to put your mobile number on which you'll be getting the OTP, and eventually you'll be getting enrolled into the batch. Perfect. And similarly, when it comes to Iconic, you just have to click on Iconic and there follow the same process, and automatically you'll be getting enrolled in all these batches. Perfect. Then it's going to be completely your choice to select the teachers from different batches from wherever you want to study. If you want to study all the subjects from my batch, go for it. If you want to study only chemistry from my batch, physics from other batch, bio from other batch, you can do that too. It's completely your choice, right? So get enrolled into it as soon as possible because a lot of students have already enrolled, and get up your preparation, guys. Okay? See you all. Bye-bye.